Slovakia Chronicles, a podcast of information, news and much more of our beloved Slovakia. By Andrea Paolo Mazzucchetti. It's me! Let's start! Hello everyone! Welcome to the 22nd episode of the Slovakia Chronicle podcast. The summer will finish soon and our lives will come back to normal. Usually September is also the starting point for school and courses where you can invest your energy and motivation recharge during the summer vacation. This year, due to COVID, of course, is a bit atypical, and the consolidated cycle, work, vacation, returning to work, is a bit messed up. But learning something new is always an enrichment experience that can help you to grow and to have new skills that you can use in your daily lives. So, why not learn Slovak, for example? Well, I can say that I really tried in the past, and saying the truth is not easy at all. To be honest, Slovak is a very difficult language for a foreigner, especially if you are Latin-based mother tongue, like Italian, French or Spanish, because there is nothing in common. There are several ways to learn Slovak, but definitely you should stay highly motivated to persist in it. If you feel like embracing your Slovak language journey by yourself, the best way is the website slovake.eu, where you can find grammar rules, exercise and cultural tips. If you prefer instead something more analog, you can use the collection of books Križom Kražom. They are divided by difficulty rate and they all contain grammar rules and exercises. But due to its difficulty, to learn Slovak is definitely suggested to have a teacher or school that can help you to explain some particularities and to solve doubts that, if not, will remain unclear. There are many Slovak courses, especially in Bratislava, that are valid, but I think that what is missing, usually, is the contact with the daily situation that you can experience in real life. In fact, when you learn a new language in school, the environment where you are practicing is safe and composed by people like you willing to learn. While in a normal life, you are immersed in the authenticity of the local population that is not paid to help you to express yourself in a new language. That's why in all the possible alternatives that you can find on the market by the Slovak Friends Language School, where the aim is teaching you Slovak but in a friendly environment, experiencing the languages in a daily life situation and creating a community where you can find also friends to practice together. To know more about their offer and what is this new concept of school, I've contacted them and now you can hear our conversation, but not in Slovak unfortunately. I'm not there yet and knowing my limited skill in learning a new language, it will take me ages. But don't worry, definitely with the right method and good motivation, everything is possible. Thank you Katarina and Zuzana to be here. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you to you for invitation.
Thank you. And so, first of all, I'd like to introduce yourself first, and then we can go through all the questions.
Okay, so my name is Katarina Blažíková, and I lead together with Zuzana Slovak Friends Language School. We started with this school 1 year ago, and I'm married, and I have 2 years old child, and and I manage the Slovak language school, but in the same time I also teach. But it's not my main focus teaching.
Hello.
Zuzka?
Hello. I'm Zuzana, and I'm a colleague of Katka. And with her together, we run the Slovak Friends Language School. I'm mostly and only the teacher.
Don't be so modest.
Okay. So I have a 3-year-old son.
Good information. And a question that I have in mind first is how you come out with the idea to create?
Okay, so it was really just a fusion of our two ideas. Firstly, Katka's passion for folklore and my passion for languages.
Okay. So to combine
because I'm folklorist, So I participated in many festivals, and I was always sorry that the foreigners living here in Slovakia don't know much about it. So I really wanted them to experience it also, like to have the same experience as I have. So that was my first idea to create a travel agency. Actually, it was 4 years ago, but then we are friends with Zuzana from elementary school, so we know each other a very long time, and then we spoke about our plans, and then actually and Zuzana, she's a teacher, so we put somehow together these two ideas, and Fusion was here.
Okay, interesting combination. Yes, actually I like it. So yes, good job. It was a good idea.
Thank you.
And how you sponsor your work in the foreign or Slovak community? I mean, like, I imagine that you have a social media.
Yes, everything about us you can find on our webpage, slovakfriends.com. And then we have also fan page on the Facebook or Instagram. And then other communication channels are WhatsApp, we use Zoom, Skype, and we recently started with the YouTube channel.
Interesting.
But
what content did you put on the YouTube?
It's videos mostly about the grammar.
Okay, interesting.
We are trying to explain grammar so everybody can learn via videos on YouTube. But still there are a few of them, so we are still working on it. It's something we would like to improve.
It would have been missing this type of contents. So this is a good idea, definitely, yes. And regarding the lockdown, how do you face this issue? Because I imagine that is affected, your work.
Well, it did actually. Back then in March, when it all started, we were afraid of how the situation would turn out, and we were observing that within the context of education, many schools were turning into education online. So obviously, we did not really have so much experience with online classrooms. Virtual classrooms, but we tried, and within 2 weeks all our courses were up and running online, and we were very happy that our students were working together with us to make this happen. It was a big lesson for all of us, and at the moment we're having classes not just online but also in the classroom, so we're running both. And the situation with the virus turned out for us, also positively in some aspects, because we gained some students who joined our school in the virtual classroom, and these students are located really away from Bratislava. So for instance, we have some students from Košice or Trenčín or even Germany or New Jersey. So that was that was positive. Japan, yes.
Super cool. Very nice. These can be, of course, tricky because it is a new world. So it's something that is never happened in the history of the human being. But it's also a possibility from if you can catch the right way. So definitely yes, and you took it the right way. So that's definitely, the online courses is a new trend. So
yeah, good. Exactly. It's a new trend. That's a new trend, and we took the opportunity and learned something new also.
Yeah, because it's quite very. I don't know. I find it very comfortable to, for example, sit in my sofa and not to travel or commute to the new school and. Anyhow, having like the same interaction, of course, is not the same like the social one, but it's okay. If you are maybe shy or you don't want to go there with a lot of people, it's a good solution for sure. So yeah. Definitely yes. Definitely yes. And going in your offer, what you are offering to the students?
Firstly, it's necessary to say that we are school of Slovak. So we teach Slovak language only, Slovak language for foreigners. But in the same time, we would like to create some community for foreigners by meeting each other also out of the school, and to give them opportunity to know Slovaks better. So we organize, for example, cooking class focused to traditional meals, or currently I'm preparing a workshop about decoration of gingerbread, Christmas gingerbreads for December. And we would like to be sure that our students always can count on us. So we are trying not to be just the teacher, but the friends who help them. For example, Zuzana has a student. Actually, Zuzana, you can talk now. The student, the one was pregnant.
Okay. Yeah, for instance, so one of the students, she was pregnant. She was supposed to have her due date during the whole situation with the virus, but we had a meeting, and I took her through the whole list of the possible situations, and we were talking about it also in Slovak. So in case there were doctors who do not speak English, what are the phrases she could possibly hear? What are the possible options? I walked her through all the stages, and this wasn't the first time, honestly. This was the one that happened recently, but I had such opportunity also earlier on. So this kind of very practical bit of
exactly.
advice.
But
because it's something that is very useful for a foreign people. So
yeah.
But I would like to go back to courses, because that is currently our main focus. So we offer group courses where we have 5 students maximum in the class. So the interaction is very high. And then we offer twin or individual lessons. And twin lessons are for 2 people only. So if you have a friend or a colleague you want to study together, and the individual lesson is 1-to-1. And it's important to say that we teach not only adults, but also children.
Oh, okay. Good. This one I didn't know. So interesting. I don't know. I imagine for foreign people, the tricky part is maybe the parents, they don't know Slovak, but the children that is born here, they know. No, so they start to speak like this in school. So
yes,
you need to catch up
exactly.
with the children.
We started also teach Slovak, not only Slovak like a foreigner language, but also like school Slovak. It means that the children of the parents who are nurses and have these children have a problem in the school with the Slovak as a subject. So we also can help with that.
Very, very nice, very nice. And regarding to the other, because I also for me, because I want to learn Slovak and still want to learn it, I went through a lot of courses. Not that much as I was expecting, but there are some courses outside of Slovak. What is your strength in compared to, for example, to other courses?
Well, the strength is basically based in what Katarina mentioned earlier on, that we are a language school that is specifically for Slovak language. So it implies that our teachers are properly educated and they have the experience necessary for this. It's not just the teacher of another language who is native Slovak and is given a book and then sent off you go, teach them some phrases. We are very precise about this. We want to have teachers who have background. What's very specific about our school is that we are also strict about the numbers of the students who are, students per class. The number is 5. We really want to grant them the opportunity to talk, and that's one of the most important most important issues we have. We really want students to talk as much as possible, and by having 10 or 12 students in a class per 1 hour or 1 hour and a half, the option or the opportunity to speak reduces to a very small number of minutes. So we also have very compatible groups, because we always have sort of like an informal chat before the students who have any kind of at least a basic knowledge of Slovak language. We try to really kind of tailor them the course. So they don't write, they don't sit with the test, the enrollment test. It's nothing this kind of it's not impersonal this way, but it's very personal by having the talk, and by having a conversation, anyone can understand very quickly what sort of level is necessary for the student. So that's also one of the very important benefits, because then the courses are really compatible. The students who are within a class are not, two different levels, and so on. And we're also aiming for a very personal approach. So we are interested in the progress of the students, and we regularly ask for the feedback.
Feedback, I like it very much, because I think that is the only way that you can improve. If nobody asking feedback or giving feedback, you can understand what is you can improve or do better. So definitely, yes, I like it. And coming to the Slovak language itself, what is the background of the Slovak language? Because for me it's still unclear.
Okay. Well, just very briefly, Slovak language is part of the Slavic languages, the Western group of Slavic languages. There is a whole list of Slavic languages, and Slavic languages as a group also belong to a bigger group that's called Indo-European languages, and within this group there are many European languages as also other. So as the name indicates, so there are also Germanic languages where there is also English, or Italic languages where there is Italian, Spanish. So it's all one huge family of languages, and one part of it are Slavic languages.
Okay, yes, because actually it's still mean a mystery to understand the background of Slovak in general, no? So where it's coming from, because of course it was united with Czech Republic, but they have different background. So that's why I still was asking where is coming from the language, no? Also.
Okay, so I really went back then, many years ago. I'm talking about the split of the languages that happened around 500 years after Christ. So if you're curious about the Slovak language as when it was codified, means legally approved as a language, as an official language, we're talking about 160 years ago when it happened the first time. And from that moment there were many codifications after that. I'm sorry, that's my son.
It's okay, it's fine. This is the working issues, also the good part, I would say. And this is something that I'm really interested. What are the most critical grammar rules that a foreigner should be careful with? I know something, but I don't want to spoil anything.
I would start with positives. It's not good to start with negatives.
Okay, good approach.
We believe, Zuzana, that the Slovak language is not rocket science. Okay, so everybody really can learn this language. So really don't be scared. And for example, when we compare number of tenses of English language and the Slovak language, so you might be surprised, but English language has about 12 tenses, and Slovak language just 3 of them. Just past, present, and future. Okay, so Good.
Good.
And
I didn't
also
know.
what
Good.
is positive
This
is
is very relief. It's a relief. Good.
and also what is positive is that almost we have or Slovak language has rules for almost everything. There are also difficult the rules, and I would say word order, because word order in Slovak language is free or almost free, and this might be confusing for foreigners.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
don't be scared about Slovak language.
Well, I think that's, I don't know, maybe for example, I talk for me that I'm speaking Italian. Of course, I don't find any connection, no? So there is no like some similar words. Okay, this one maybe, for example, me or Italian and Spanish is very similar, so we can easily speak the same language. But in this way, I see this like a little barrier. But yeah, this one, for example, the three like past sentence, for example, past, future, and present. This one is very a good point.
Yeah, the system, the verb system in the Italian language, as I speak also Italian language, it's very more, I would say, more complicated than this.
Also for Italians is still so I've been still unclear. I mean, for the conditional or I don't know, is very congiuntivo. I don't know if you know is very confusing.
You as an Italian guy, I am sure you had Latin in the language in the school, so
yeah.
So no problem.
This one is helping me. It's helping me because for the designations, different type of designations, I find some similarities with Slovak, at least for this part. So this is
see?
Yeah. Yeah. This one, yes, I totally agree. Hopefully, I don't know, because it was for us, Latin is teaching just in high school. So if you are doing like some professional school, maybe they are not even teaching Latin. It is a pity because it can be always useful now to have this mind, set mind at some point. And I would like to know from you some funny situation for foreigner about the Slovak language, because I think you have going through a lot. So be in contact with foreign learning Slovak.
Well, one situation that I find always funny is that with the names of people, for instance, the names have all sorts of different endings in Slovak language, and the foreigners always find it really confusing and sometimes even funny. For instance, let me just an example, a typical Slovak name, Jan, okay, and the feminine counterpart of this is Jana, right? But for instance, when let me give you a sentence where Jan is the subject of the sentence, okay? So Jan sa pozerá, okay? So he's looking. Jan sa pozerá, Jan is looking at something. While when Jan becomes the object of the sentence, okay, then I say, I'm looking at Jan, sound like pozerám sa na Jana. So then Jan becomes Jana, and this ending is so confusing for the foreigners that sometimes they kind of like lost. So, and it could be funny sometimes, the whole recognition. And so then Jan becomes Jana, which equals the feminine counterpart, okay, of the name. So that could be funny sometimes. Or Katka has got really good one that we were laughing about the other day. Katka?
Yeah, I have one student from the Costa Rica, and I was teaching him the past tense. And for example, mal, which means he or she had, and he was so confused because mal means in Spanish like something negative. Yeah. So he didn't get it actually. So
yeah, because then there are some words that maybe we remind us something, but of course it's completely different meaning. So definitely yes, I can understand. Now I'm thinking if I remember something, but I don't know if there are not that many, but some of them for sure. Yes, I have one in mind, but it's a bad word, so I don't want to say.
Yeah.
You know which one?
we know which one.
Okay.
Another one that is the really good one is the pronunciation of the consonants, like zmrzlina or štvrtok. That's always really funny when the students are learning the initial lessons and they're learning the consonant groups. That's always hilarious. It's like tongue twister. She sells seashells on the seashore, so that's really like a tongue twister for the foreigners.
This way you like to complicate it because it's zmrzlina is ice cream, so it's something so good that why make it so complicated to say it. But yeah, it's cool. It's a good one. I remember that I was struggling to say. Till now, I was really careful to say it correctly.
You did.
Yeah.
Because maybe I heard from you, so that's why. If you ask me, I don't know how you say gelato or ice cream in Slovak, maybe I was like, be careful for the pronunciation. And regarding your future plan, do you have something already planned, or you have in mind something?
Yeah, there are a lot of plans, but a little time. But what we can say, we would like to offer just a Slovak language course, but also culture courses. I mean, for example, course of literature or course of history. And at the same time, we would like to organize trips during weekends, like show them more about Slovakia, show them Slovakia as we know it. So not just the main trail, but for example, take you with me to one of festivals I like the most, and really to have, as I told before, to have the same experience as I have. So these are our plans in short term.
Hopefully the second wave will not arrive, so I hope that you can make it. It was very interesting events, so definitely for example the one for history is very nice. I would be interested to understand the history of Slovakia, maybe say it in
because we would like to we really would like that people who are already living here understand a little bit more about the country where they live, if they want to really live here. I would be happy to know more about the country where I live or I lived before.
Exactly. It's the same. I support it because I would like to go to know more. So it's difficult to find information, but if there are people that provide information, I'm also up to listen.
Not difficult to find information, that's true. But in the course, it's more fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, I agree. Okay. Thank you very much for this conversation. It was very nice.
Thank you to you, Andrea. Grazie mille.
Grazie a voi. So I hope that we can meet again, so we can, maybe teach me some other funny facts about Slovakia, and maybe give me some other hints.
We include you in next beer meeting. We'll be happy if you join us.
Definitely, yes. I will be happy. Definitely, yes. Okay.
Good.
Thank you very much. Girls.
Thank you to you.
Thank you.
Ahoy.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye.
I hope that you enjoyed our conversation about Slovak. Very important if you want to be 100% integrated in Slovakia. In the description of the episode, you can find all the details about Slovak Friends Language School, and good luck for this journey in learning this incredible language. Thank you for being part of the Slovakia Chronicle family, and stay safe.